is everybody? So give me a thumbs up if you are doing this with me today. Let me know who is doing this with me. All right, so our workout today, let me flip the camera here. I don't know why. Facebook is doing so many weird things on live videos. So I don't know if you guys see that like kind of weird green color. I see green. Anyway, this is workout number 36. We're going to warm up with some jumping jacks, Cossack squats. Those are those side-to-side squats, some bird dogs, and some windmills. We've done these before, but I'll review them in the first round. We'll go slow through the first round, and then we'll kind of pick up the intensity as we go. We're going to work on our Turkish get-up, and we're going to really focus on how we use our core today in the Turkish get-up, because I want to make sure you guys get the most out of this movement, okay? Then our workout today, we're all going to be working at different times. So you might, because some people are going to be slower, some people are going to be faster. So you might want to grab yourself a timer or a stopwatch so that you can time your 1 minute rest, which is going to happen after every round. So we're basically going to be doing some jogging with high knees. We can do these marching in place as well. You're going to do 40 total reps of those, 40 total butt kickers. I'll show you all this. Jumping air squats. These can be jumping or these can be just regular squats if you cannot jump. Okay, so I'll show you all the variations. Then we have some dead bugs for our abs. And then this is here where we're going to use our Turkish get-ups. We're going to be doing 6 per round alternating arms. So I'll go through all of that again as we get to it. And so you guys will not be totally lost. And right now I will get the music going. So let me just do that here. So the music, as usual, is from Joseph Maniate. It's with permission. And he's the Priceless Gnome on SoundCloud. So go over there and follow him on SoundCloud, guys. Are you guys ready? We are starting with jumping jacks or side steps, okay? If you're doing side steps, do about 20. If you're doing regular jumping jacks, it's 30. So here we go, 30. Here, you're sliding your hips to the left and you're sliding your right arm down so you look kind of like a windmill. So here my hands are straight up and down. I come up and down. Let's do, whoops, don't lose your balance. Let's do 10 per side in this first round. This is kind of getting us ready for the Turkish get-up. You could add a small dumbbell into your upper hand if you wanted. Good. Now other side, that left foot is going to point away from you, perpendicular. Right foot is pointing forward. Here we go. You're pushing that hip away. The right hip is going away from you. Like you're pushing it to the side, like you're giving someone like a hip check. Woo. 10 per side. All right, shake it off. Round 2, jumping jacks. Remember, if you can't jack, 20 side steps. If you're jacking, it's 30. Then we have our 10 Cossack squats. Nice and wide, nice and low. Good. 20 bird dogs. Reaching long. Good. 10 windmills. Let's just do 5 per side now. Okay, just in the interest of time. Remember that side foot is pointing away from you. It's pointing forward, you'll have a hard time. And 5. Switch sides. Other foot points away. Good stuff. Round 3, 30 jumping jacks. Good stuff. 10 Cossack squats. Doing good, guys. Keep it up. It's just a warm-up. Awesome. 20 bird dogs. Reaching long. down and we will stretch out a little. All right, how's that? Not too bad for a warm-up. All right, we're gonna get our cardio in our workout today, just wait. Grab some water, guys, grab some water, grab some ketones. Like I said, I've got my dark cherry ketones today. All right, pull up your tights, fix your sports bra. Let's start with some big head circles, one way. Nice, big, slow circles. 3 times each way. Good stuff, shake it out. Big shoulder shrugs to a roll. So shrugging and rolling, shrugging and rolling. Keep going with that. I gotta fix my ponytail. It's come undone. Keep going, shrug and roll, shrug and roll. It's that just washed hair feeling. It's so soft that it doesn't hold the ponytail. Good, big arm circles. All the way back. Oh, stretch that chest. And breathe. Good. Let's just take a little bit of a wider step now, keeping your knees soft. Just gently rotating through your hips and your waist. Good stuff. Come into a downward dog. So you're gonna bring your hands down all the way to the floor and slowly walk them out in front of you. Palms are flat. You're looking back at those toes, guys, pushing that chest towards the floor. So really thinking about like you're trying to get your chest all the way down to the floor. You're trying to bring your heels down as close as you can. Think about pulling your hips up as you push your heels down, getting that nice stretch in the back of your legs and the front of your chest. Come into a nice plank position here. Hold that nice strong plank and slowly, 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 slowly come down and then all the way up into that nice cobra or up dog position. Only go as high as you can comfortably go here. It's just a stretch for the front of the body. You can shift your weight side to side. And let's tuck those toes. Send your hips back into that down dog and let's pedal our heels out, stretching your calves. We have some jumping today for those that will be jumping with me. I'm going to try to jump. We'll see what happens with a good old knee. Good. Let's put all the weight on your right foot. Now you're going to lift your left leg up and let that left hip should open. So you see how I'm kind of twisted here? You should feel a stretch through the left side of your body. And then bring that left leg all the way forward. Let's stay up in this high lunge for now. So if you need to balance, put your hand on your leg, okay? So your knee here is not on the ground, guys. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. Hands can come up. Really kind of think about arching your back here a little bit. Push those hips forward and breathe for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop that knee now. Coming all the way down, nice and easy. Getting a deeper stretch into that hip flexor. Remember, guys, in this position, this knee should never be in front of that toe. So check and make sure that knee is over your heel or your ankle, okay? Good, so now we're gonna come down so that our hands are on the inside of that leg and you're pushing that forward knee out to the side. We're opening our hips up here, guys, for our squat. So don't be afraid to move around. In fact, I'm gonna come up on my back toe and do some little circles. This will circle out my ankles, circle out my knees, circle out my hips, and other way. Good, good, good. If you can get your elbows down, get your elbows down. If you can't, just go as low as you can. Always make sure that knee is pointing out. Don't let it collapse in. Good stuff. We're going to go into a pigeon stretch here. So with lots of squats today, we want to warm up. We want to get that hip as open as we can. So foot is in front of you. Other leg is behind you. You should feel a stretch through your glutes. I'm going to stay up here in high pigeon because I'm feeling a good stretch. But if you're super flexible, you can, you know, come forward if you don't have tight glutes like I do. Good, good, good. Let's come up onto hands and knees. Let's do some cat-cows here. So rounding your back and arching. Breathe. Round and arch. Round and arch. One more. Round. And then let's just push up into that down dog again. So all the way up into down dog. And let's pedal out our heels again. So 1 foot down at a time. This time all the weight is going to go on my left foot. Lift your right leg up as high as it'll go. Open that right hip to the opposite side, to the ceiling if you can. Hold that stretch. And then bring that right leg all the way forward into a high lunge. So your knee is not touching the ground here. If you need to balance, just put your hand on that leg. Otherwise, you can come up with your arms. Okay, so holding this stretch. Good, good, good. 3, 2, 1. Drop that back knee. And then we're just getting into a little more of that hip again. Pushing forward. Again, remember where that knee is in the front. Do not let it go over that toe. Protect your knees. Good. Coming nice and low now. So now you're letting that right knee come out to the side, coming to the inside of that leg, making some little circles here. One way and the other way. Just loosening up those hips. And then if you want to come to your elbows, you can. And let's go into pigeon on this side. So bringing that leg in front of you, sitting down, getting a stretch through your glutes. Now if you want to come down here into pigeon, you can. For me, this side is not as tight, so I can get lower to get a deeper stretch. Good stuff. All right, let's come up. Let's go over our Turkish get-up, and then we're going to go through all the movements and work on our form for a few minutes before we start this. So, if you remember, the Turkish get-up is getting off the ground and standing up, and you're going to have a weight or something in your hand. Like, it could even be your water bottle, okay? It doesn't have to be anything super heavy. What I want to work on with you guys today is to make sure that you're actually using your core properly throughout this movement. And I'll show you how you know that pretty quickly. Okay, so I'm going to lie out. You might want to just watch this just to start, just so you see what I'm doing. I'm going to lay on the ground. I'm going to pretend I have my weight in my hand here, in my right hand. So whatever hand is holding the weight, or the virtual weight, is the same leg that's bent. So I'm going to press straight up. Knuckles are always pointing to the ceiling. Now here is where you know if you are using your core. If I do this, and this leg kicks up, I am not using my core. Okay, so what I want you guys to think about in this first movement is when you do this little sit-up, it's meant to use your core here. So this leg should not come off the ground because it's kind of like cheating, kind of doing like with momentum rather than using your core. Okay, so make sure when you sit up and come onto that elbow, this leg doesn't come off the ground. Catch yourself and do it right. From here, I'm pushing into that right foot and that right hand to come up. This is where I use my glutes. So boom, squeeze my butt. Okay, here I'm straight up and down with these hands, and then I sweep my left leg under me, and then stand up and come up into that lunge. Okay, so always knuckles pointing to the ceiling, always keeping that core tight. Use your hips on the way up to get yourself up. Now the way down, same thing with the core, and I'm going to show you where you can kind of lose it here. So from here, when I come down, and I bring that leg through. Here I'm using my core because I'm kind of in a side plank. Sit down slowly on your bum, come slowly to your elbow. This is important that you come down with control, that you don't kind of just come crashing down, okay? Because there you've let your core go. That is the Turkish get up. So let's practice one on the left side together, and then we'll move on. So, left hand has my weight. Left knee is bent. I press straight up, knuckles to the ceiling. Do a little sit up. Don't let that right leg come up onto my right elbow. Pushing with my foot and my hip. I come up, squeeze the glutes, sweep that right leg under. Stand up into that lunge position, and then come all the way back down. Lunge backwards, hand comes down, foot goes under. With control, I come down. All right, so decide what weight you're gonna use. You could start, if you have multiple weights, you could start your first round with a light weight and progress up, or you could just stick with whatever weight you just decide. All right, so in the workout today, like I said, we have 4 rounds, and you guys will be working at a different pace from me, so make sure you have some kind of a timer or you can count in your head the 60 seconds rest in between rounds, because I really want you to hit each round with great form and with great intensity. So our first movement is jogging, high knees, okay, for 40 total reps. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. That's number 1. Number 2 is butt kickers. So literally trying to bring your heels to your butt. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. Now, if you're not jogging or jumping in this, you're bringing your knees up as high as you can, kind of like marching, and then your butt kickers are like a hamstring curl. Okay, so that's the option without the impact. Let me grab a box here for my squats, sorry. Jumping squats. You have a couple options. So if you're a beginner, what I want you to do, guys, is use a bench, a box, or a chair. You're gonna come down, you're gonna stand up, and you're gonna really thrust your hips. You do not need to leave the ground, okay? If you want, you could come down and hop. I'm gonna do those because I cannot do a jumping squat with my knee. If you're more advanced and you have a good air squat but you can't jump, you could come all the way down to the bottom of your squat and just stand up, or the actual movement is the jumping squat, so it's all the way down with a hop at the top. Your feet should leave the ground. It doesn't have to be like a massive jump, but you should think about at the top really thrusting those hips and just kind of leaving the ground. I want you to really focus on your booty on this, okay? Dead bugs. Dead bugs are going to be laying on the floor. And let me just see here if I can do this without moving everything. So knees are bent 90 degrees, arms are up. It's opposite arm comes down to the back and opposite leg extends. Okay, so it's kind of like a bicycle. I get confused with these sometimes. But you're trying to keep yourself in this contraction here for the full 20 reps. It's 20 total, so 10 per side. Now, if you find your head gets sore, just bring your head down so that you're not putting too much strain, okay? Ideally, you want to kind of tuck up. I'm going to have to lose this shirt because it's got a big knot in the back. It's digging into my back. Not good. Don't wear shirts with knots when you have to lay on the floor. And then we have 6 Turkish get-ups. So you'll stay on the floor, grab your weight. You'll do 3 Turkish get-ups per side. You want to alternate. So you're going to do one on the right, and then one on the left, one on the right, one on the left, and so on. And then that's a round, okay? And then you'll rest for a minute. So we've got a bit of cardio, we've got a bit of core, and then we've got the Turkish get-ups, which is more strength and core and basically your whole body. Cool. All right. So let's start this madness. I am going to probably do low impact on the jogging. I can feel my knee not happy with me today. And I'm going to have a timer going here as well that you guys might be able to see if you don't have a timer. at home. So I'll try to put that in the frame of the camera somehow. So let me just start this. All right, I have no idea how long this workout's gonna take. I'm gonna predict probably about like 2 to 3 minutes, maybe a bit more per round, based on the Turkish get-ups are not a fast movement. So it's not about speed, guys, it's about quality. All right, let's see. Maybe, I don't know if you guys will be able to see this if you don't have a timer. It is what it is. You use your cleaning bottle to make things work. And I'm just gonna start the music over here and then we'll get going. All right. So we are starting with 40 high knees, 40 butt kickers. Here we go. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. Can you guys see that timer? I don't know. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. 40 high knees. Good. 40 butt kickers. Jumping squats. There's 30 of these. Hello, legs. Your legs burning? Mine are. Awesome. I'm on dead bugs. 20 dead bugs. Turkish get-ups when you're dead, those dead bugs. Watch that leg, remember that. Alternating side. ball. See what happens. I've got 15 seconds for round 2 here. Jogging high knees, 40 reps. Butt kickers, 40 reps. 30 jumping air squats. 20 dead bugs. 6 total Turkish get-ups. Here I go. You guys are doing great. Stay with it. Final two. There's that falling back I was talking about. Try not to let that happen. Last one. 1 minute rest for me. I feel like I screwed up the dead bug. I have to, or maybe didn't, I don't know. I'm like, losing my mind. I can't remember what a dead bug is. All right, I have one more round. Just resting my minute here. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Stick with us. We're almost done. Now if you wanted to make this workout a lot harder, you could do heavier kettlebell or heavier dumbbell Turkish get-ups. You could do a weighted jumping squat. If you want to make it a lot easier, just go back in the beginning and watch my scaling so that you can work at your own ability, okay? So don't feel like you have to go harder than what you can do with good form. It's so important to learn the basics and get the basics down first. All right, I'm in my fourth round here. Last round for me. Extra. Oh well. All right, I'm on my last set of Turkish get-ups. Guys are getting Turkish get-up machines. All right. Karina is done. Awesome, Karina. That's great. I'm waiting for Jill and Curtis and family because they usually do this. So let's just get the thumbs up from them. There's Carrie, she's done. Awesome. Jill, Curtis, you guys with me today? I'm not sure. I think you are. I can't tell who's thumbs upping me. Guys, when you do a thumbs up, it's hard to see who is actually doing that. So you actually it's better if you put a comment. I see Curtis is actually watching. So put a comment, guys. It's hard to see who's giving the thumbs up because I just see little bubbles floating across the screen. All right, well, you guys can catch up on the warm-up because I'm not really sure if that was you giving me a thumbs up or not, or on the cool down, sorry. All right, great job, you guys. If you, like I said, if you wanted to, ever make this harder or more difficult and you're not really sure what to do or make it easier, please message me. Let me know if you need modifications for things. I'm always happy to give you those. We can chat and figure out, what it is you're struggling with or what it is you want more intensity on or more weight on or whatever. So I made a post actually on my Facebook wall about how to get more out of the weights that you have from a strength perspective. So check that out. I'm also going to do a little video about that, so it will be posted on YouTube eventually as well. All right, let's start by sitting on the ground on our butt. Let's bring our legs out just as wide as you can go. Feet are pointing up to the ceiling, so toes are pointing up. Don't let them collapse in. Okay, so just reaching forward here, just to a comfortable distance where you get a mild stretch on your inner thighs. All right, just let your head relax here and breathe. Good, and let's come up out of that nice and slow. Bring the soles of your feet together, knees are wide. You're gonna take your elbows and you're gonna push down on those knees, just getting that stretch through your groin. Just think about bringing your chest towards your toes, not your head. Okay, just sitting up from that, let's bring both feet out so that your knees are bent. And you're going to bring one knee down so that it's pointing in. Come up and bring the other knee in. Okay, so we'll just go side to side here. Just kind of loosening up the hips a little from the squats that we did. Good stuff. Let's bring both legs straight out in front. Reaching up nice and tall, reaching for those toes if you can grab them. If you can't, just grab your legs. And then just relax your head here. Good, bring your right leg in front, right leg out in front, left leg behind so that you're in an L position and just lean back, getting that stretch through your quads. Go back as far as you need to feel the stretch. For me, it's about here today. It's always different, and that's okay. Your body is just telling you what it needs, so listen to it. Good, and we'll switch sides, making that L now on the other side, and leaning back, getting that stretch through your quads. Only go as far as you feel that stretch, don't push it. Good stuff. Coming out of that, let's come up onto all fours, and we'll do some cat-cows here, so rounding and arching while you're breathing. Good. Bring your right leg forward, lunge, stretching out the hip flexor. stuff. Switching legs. Good. Standing up. Let's do that standing glute stretch so you can hold on to something, or you can use a box or a chair to sit on. So sitting down, you just cross your legs like a kind of a open cross-legged thing. Put your right ankle across your left knee and you can just lean forward. Okay, standing, it's like the number 4, right? Coming down and sitting back. And you can hold on to something here to get that stretch through the glutes. Chair, your buddy, whatever works. Good, and switch legs. Nice, coming up, just making some hip circles here. And other way. Good, bringing one hand up above your head, other hand on your side, reaching up and all the way over. Good, and other side, reaching up and all the way over. Good stuff. Big arm circles. Breathe. Good. Big head circles. One way. And other way. Awesome. Let's take some deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And let it go. And in. And let it go. Last one. And let it go. Good stuff, guys. Right arm comes to your left shoulder. Left arm comes to your right shoulder. Big pats on the back. Give yourself a hug. Give yourself that virtual high five. Give me a high five. Fist pump, whatever works for you guys. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye-bye. Have a good one.